our boy Jeremy at the corner and boom! After using his girlfriend as a human shield and cowering behind her on the phone to the police when she wants defunded. Savage. Stop Jeremy, he's already dead. He's already dead.
There's been a story floating around of a left-wing, well, formerly epic anti-SJW atheist super mega chad who turned into a soy-infused far leftist NPC, which really kind of just shows you that, you know, people can make changes. It's rare when they change that much. Generally, there's money involved. Generally, it's a grift. But, you know, the kid is always young. People's opinions change over time. Perhaps that's what happened to him. But he's been getting ruthlessly dunked on by the internet for using his girlfriend allegedly as a human shield as her psychopathic ex-boyfriend tried to get into the house with a sawed-off. She, of course, took a leg full of buckshot as he cowered on the balcony on the phone with, you guessed it, the police. Now, he's been very clear about how he was not a defund the police guy. He was a restructure the police guy. So instead of a defund the police guy, he's a, you should probably send a social worker instead of police guy. We need more social workers. You know, before the memes, I want to say the bad person in this is the lunatic that put air tags in his ex-girlfriend's luggage, stalked them to his house, and then committed the crime. That's the bad guy in all of this, and I want to be very clear. And this guy ended up offing himself in the hallway afterwards. He's the bad guy, okay? Hunter's not the bad guy in this. He's just the guy who's getting all the hilarious dunking on for cowering behind his woman. And of course, you know, calling police. I'm sure it was extremely traumatic. It was, I'm sure it was extremely scary. But the memes are flowing. Yeah, you can see in this picture you can see the damage it did. It looks like it basically looks like it was, to me it looks like buckshot with also pellets, like home defense rounds maybe. This looks like birdshot, but that one, the bigger one, looks like buckshot. So I mean, yes, obviously I don't know this woman. I'm glad that she survived it. It's very odd. You know, from the recounting of the situation, by the way, this is the Manlet that did it. By all accounts of the situation, Hunter had been antagonizing this guy and, you know, and insulting this guy. None of that justifies what he did. None of that justifies, you know, what this lunatic did. But it hasn't stopped the endless meltdown. And he's used this situation, by the way, to beg for money. So I just want to be clear. His girlfriend got shot. The guy that did it took his own life. And Hunter Avalon, the third party who has really nothing to do with this, wants money. Now, if it's to raise money to file a lawsuit or for her medical bills, I actually support that. I'm sure treating that wound probably wasn't cheap. But of course, people are ruthlessly dunking on him because he is kind of your classic internet tough guy. He says a lot of he talks a lot of junk online. He writes a lot of checks that clearly he can't cash.
Are you recording?
And he vlogged it, right? Are you recording?
We don't know. All I know is I got a call from my landlord that said he was trying to get into the building. The suspect, sorry. The suspect was trying to get into the building, and then there was something shady about it. We didn't know.
Yeah, he had a gun under his coat.
And he had a gun under his coat when he came out, and then...
I'm sure he's on the phone with social workers, right? And also, it's very weird. Maybe it's a generational thing. It's a very weird. Maybe it's a generational thing. But if I'm literally under attack from an armed man, I'm not taking my cell phone out and recording. It's extremely weird. Like, bro, understand the situation. You may not be armed. By the way, the state is a constitutional carry state. He should have been armed. But what are you doing, bro? Like, put the phone away. Arm yourself with something, a baseball bat, a pot, a pan, something long and sharp, something heavy you can throw. It's this guy's outside your door and you're like, I need to vlog this. And then, by the way, he immediately uploaded this to the internet. Most people, why are you filming and hiding behind your girlfriend? F that dude who did it. Waste of a human being. Good riddance. Talk your stuff, Hunter, but don't be such a pussy. Like, what is going on here? I don't like. It's hilarious to me. What are you doing filming this? And why do you need money, by the way? If you want money, at least make it about her medical bills, which I would understand. People are dunking on him for the, veto rights. I wish I had a girlfriend who could take a bullet and earn me some free sympathy dollars. To which his reply was, my address was leaked and threats have been made on my life. What? I mean, was it leaked? By who? The guy who was coming after you is now dead. So I don't know what you're worried about. Now, granted, if I had that stuff happen at my apartment, I probably wouldn't want to stay there. Probably not very long anyway. But the guy offed himself. Fundraiser, give me money. And by the way, I also think it's extremely weird that his girlfriend is texting this guy. Why is she still texting him? Please surrender. I never meant for that. No, leave him. Only if you surrender. I will. Just live your life yourself. I should have ended him. I mean, why are you texting back and forth with this guy? Like, why are you texting? You were crazy. Like, because what he ended up doing is on December 3rd, he put Apple AirTags in her luggage to find out where Hunter Avallone lived because he must have left him for her. Like, that is not okay. Obviously, this guy is a psychopath, okay? Again, the bad guy in all of this is the guy that did the crime. In addition to that, I think it's, this is what happens when you're an internet tough guy. I know how this guy operates. He talks a lot of junk. He's a big internet tough guy. He's a manlet, in real life. It does not excuse the behavior of the guy that did it. Okay. I've said that a million times because I know he's going to have a little piss. He's going to piss his pants because I made this video and he's probably going to have his girlfriend call me and yell at me. Okay. But every time his replies, he's just getting absolutely shredded. Now, a lot of people do, of course, live this fantasy of like, well, what I would have done is this, that, or the other thing. I understand. It's stressful. Not a lot of people are built for that, I'm not built for that, but I am armed. A lot of people saying, then move on your own accord, move in with family or friends. But for the love of God, admit you're grifting. Hiding behind his girlfriend the entire time. What a coward. Watching you cope and seethe on Twitter has brought me a ton of laughs, so I might have to donate out of principle. Actually, I'll donate the whole $5K if you make a video admitting you're a coward. You know, threats on your life before or after they saw the video of you hiding behind your girl. Maybe if your content wasn't so bad, $5K wouldn't be that big of a deal. Everybody is just ruthlessly dunking on this guy. Ruthlessly. And there's also people in here who are calling him out as a grifter because he used to produce a lot of this anti-SJW content when that was popular in 2016. Feminist owns and things like that. In what universe does it take you $5,000 to move apartments? Yeah, 0 universes. It takes a case of beer and 2 friends. Maybe he doesn't have any friends, but it takes a case of beer and every friend should have a friend with a truck, right? Every friend should have a friend with a truck. I've often been that guy. Usually, I'm like, you can just borrow my truck. I'm not helping you move. But it also only costs, you could rent an entire rider. What do you call them? Rider trucks? Moving truck. You could probably get a 20-foot moving truck, which I guarantee he couldn't fill up because he's just in a little apartment, for $180. $180. You could rent a truck from Home Depot for a few bucks. By the way, if you live in an apartment, you're not even moving appliances in most cases. In most cases, you don't own the appliances, so you don't even have to move the most difficult part. You have some crappy couch that you picked up on the street corner or whatever, a couple of end tables, and a bed. That's all it is. When I was in college, we moved into a new apartment every single year. I got expert level at moving. We could move all in one day. We'd box stuff up. We'd go to the grocery store. We'd get boxes for free. Box everything up, stack it all up in the garage or in another room in the house. Then on one day, move all the boxes and then come back and get all the furniture and then order everyone pizza and beer at night, and you were done. That's it. So $5,000? I don't know about that. Just the hilarity. Sarah Fields, I refuse to believe that you've never been doxxed before. Imagine knowing that this is what guns are for. Defending yourself, your family, and your home. But you can't even defend your girl, so who am I kidding? What? People are just absolutely dragging this guy. And again, I will end with, we've all seen the video, wanting less cops and more social services, which is what he wants, is simply defund the police with extra steps. Pay to move like everyone else. I can't believe he's getting crushed this hard. He wants a luxury vacation. Yeah, $5,000. I don't know what rent is on a 2-bedroom apartment these days. It's more than I think. When I was renting, the most I ever paid in rent was like maybe $1,000 a month for a 2-bedroom. I'm sure it's probably like a lot more than that now. But that's a big yikes. Big yikes. I'm glad, I don't like him, but I'm glad they're all okay. I'm glad the guy took himself out of the picture and didn't have to, be a drain on society. And best of luck with your apartment hunt, buddy.